Chosen ones, I need you to hear this now. Time is running out. There is a profound shift that is about to unfold, and it's happening faster than you think. In just 60 seconds, everything could change. Do you feel it? That sense of something bigger coming? That divine stirring in your spirit? The surprise that God has been preparing for you is closer than you can imagine, and it's about to shake up everything in your life, everything you thought you knew and understood. The time has come for God to move in a way that will change the trajectory of your life, and it's happening now. Get ready, because in a matter of moments, you will experience a divine shift, one that will move you into the next season of your purpose, and this time, it's different. It's bigger, it's greater, and it's from the hand of God Himself. The world has prepared you for everything ordinary, but this moment is extraordinary. You've been walking through seasons of waiting, uncertainty, and even confusion, but now, you stand at the threshold of a miracle, a divine surprise that God has been preparing for you. Can you feel it? The excitement in the air, the anticipation in your spirit, the awareness that something new and transformational is just beyond the door, waiting for you to step into it. The countdown is happening. In just 60 seconds, everything could change. So, the question is, are you ready? This isn't just another change. This is the change that God has been orchestrating in the background of your life. The surprise that is about to unfold will shake every area of your life, your career, your relationships, your health, your purpose, and most importantly, your walk with God. You may have been in the waiting room for a long time, feeling as though nothing was moving, but God has been at work behind the scenes, preparing you for this moment. It's time for you to step into the destiny God has been preparing for you all along. The surprise He has prepared is about to be revealed, and it will change everything. Now, I know that as I speak these words, some of you may feel a flutter of excitement, but also a bit of fear. After all, surprises can be both exciting and overwhelming, especially when they come from God. But I want to reassure you right now, this surprise is not a cause for anxiety. This surprise is a gift, a blessing, and it has been perfectly timed to launch you into the next phase of your journey. This is not a moment for fear, but for anticipation and faith. God's perfect timing is at work, and you are exactly where you need to be. The waiting, the preparation, the obstacles you faced, all of it has been part of His divine plan. God does not bring surprises to His children to overwhelm them. Rather, He prepares us for these moments of breakthrough, equipping us with everything we need to receive the blessings He has in store. God is trustworthy, and He has been moving in your life in ways you may not even see yet. You are standing at the precipice of something incredible, and it's all part of His plan. So, do not be afraid. Instead, embrace this moment with confidence and faith, knowing that God has already gone ahead of you, and He has set this time aside to elevate you. This divine surprise is not just about an external shift. It's about a spiritual transformation. God is about to reveal something deeper, something greater, and He's calling you to walk into it with the faith and trust that He is already preparing the way for you. The surprise will not only change your circumstances, it will change you. It will shift your perspective, expand your understanding of what is possible, and align you even more deeply with God's will for your life. Let this moment fill you with anticipation, excitement, and boldness, for God is about to reveal a new chapter in your story. This is your moment to step into a fresh season, a season of divine surprises, and a season where you will walk more fully in the purpose God has had for you from the very beginning. God is preparing to move in a powerful and surprising way. The next moments are crucial. The divine timing of God's plan is unfolding before you, and this is the moment of greatest significance. There is no coincidence in God's kingdom, and the surprise that is coming is part of His greater design to bring you closer to His purpose for your life. What you are about to experience is not just a random event, it is a divine appointment. God has been preparing you for this moment. Even in the waiting, when it felt like nothing was changing, God was at work. He has been shaping your heart, strengthening your spirit, and aligning your steps so that when this divine moment comes, you will be ready. It's time to leave behind what was, to embrace what will be. The surprise that God is bringing will be more than you could have hoped for. It's a game changer, something that will take you beyond what you ever imagined. I want you to know that this surprise is not random. This is God's perfect plan, set in motion at just the right time. You've walked through seasons of preparation, and now is the time when everything will come together. The change is not just about your circumstances, it's about a deeper shift in your life, one that will transform you from the inside out. It is time to receive what God has been preparing, not just in terms of your job, relationships, or personal life, but in terms of your purpose. This is a divine appointment, not just an ordinary surprise. God has been orchestrating everything in your life to bring you to this point. The doors that were once closed will now open. The opportunities that seemed out of reach will suddenly be within your grasp, and the relationships that seemed stuck will begin to move forward in ways you never expected. The surprise God has for you is about ushering in a season of blessings, breakthroughs, and divine alignment. As we move into this moment, I want you to prepare your heart and mind. This surprise will challenge you to step out of your comfort zone and into the unknown. But it will also elevate you to new heights, spiritually, personally, and professionally. This is not a time for hesitation or doubt. This is your time to move forward in faith, trusting that God's plans for you are always greater than your own. One of the most important things to understand about this divine surprise is that it is perfectly timed. God's timing is always right, even when we feel like things are moving slowly or not according to our plans. What seems like a delay is often God's way of preparing us for something greater. He knows the exact moment when you are ready to receive the surprise He has in store. This timing is key. The surprise is not just about the change itself, it's about the perfect moment when God knows you are spiritually, emotionally, and mentally ready to step into what He has prepared. You may have felt like you've been waiting forever, but God's waiting room is never wasted. Every moment has been part of His plan. This is not a random surprise, it is one that has been perfectly tailored for you, in your season of life, with everything you need to receive it. God is the master orchestrator of time, and when He says the moment is right, everything will fall into place. Trust in His divine timing, knowing that He has been working behind the scenes, preparing everything for the moment of your breakthrough. The surprises God has for you will come at the moment when you are ready to step into them with faith and confidence. This is your time to move forward into the new season that has been divinely appointed just for you. As we move closer to the moment of change, I want to remind you that the door is about to open. What seemed impossible before is now becoming possible. The surprise that God has for you is standing right on the other side of that door, and it's time to walk through it. This is the moment you've been waiting for, the moment when God reveals the next step in your journey. The door is opening, but you must choose to walk through it. God is giving you the opportunity to step into something new, something that will push you beyond your current limitations and open up a whole new world of possibilities. The blessings you've been praying for are just on the other side, and you are ready to receive them. As you step through that door, know that it will not be easy. There will be challenges, and there will be moments of uncertainty. But remember, you are not alone. God is with you every step of the way, and this journey is part of the divine plan that He has been unfolding. The surprise He has for you is designed to elevate you, to align you more deeply with your purpose, and to bring you into the fullness of what He has for your life. Chosen ones, this is your time. The divine surprise that is coming to change everything is not a coincidence. It is God's perfect plan for you. You have been prepared for this moment. And now it is time to walk into the new chapter with faith, courage, and confidence. As you stand on the brink of this transformation, know that God has already gone before you, preparing the way. Trust that the surprise He has for you is designed to propel you into the next level of your destiny. Your waiting has not been in vain, and this moment is about to change everything. Step forward with boldness and anticipation. Trust in the God who has prepared you for this moment, and who will continue to guide you through every step of the journey ahead. The surprise is just the beginning. Get ready for a season of blessings, breakthroughs, and divine alignment. Your life is about to be transformed in ways you cannot yet imagine. Embrace it, knowing that God's timing is always perfect. In life, there are moments when everything we know, everything we expect, and everything we rely on suddenly begins to shift. These changes, while daunting at times, often come at precisely the moment we need them most. God works in the fullness of His timing, and His transitions are never random. They may feel sudden, but they are always perfectly planned. Sometimes, change comes swiftly like a breeze sweeping through a room, altering everything in its path, making us realize that our old reality no longer holds the same weight. Transitions are a part of life, but when God is in control, they aren't just changes, they are divine shifts, set in motion for a purpose far greater than what we can see in the present moment. The truth is, we often don't see them coming. Change tends to catch us by surprise, but that surprise is precisely what God uses to propel us towards something new and powerful. And that moment, that divine shift, is almost here. God works in moments of transition, and He has a divine purpose for these sudden shifts. We may feel unprepared, unsure of what's coming, or even reluctant to embrace the changes, but the truth is, God's surprises are meant to elevate us, to shift the course of our lives towards something better, something greater, and something that aligns with His greater plan. When God is preparing a surprise for you, it's not something to fear. It is a beautiful, divine moment, designed to move you forward. Think about moments in your own life where change came unexpectedly. Perhaps it was a new opportunity, a new relationship, or a completely new direction you never anticipated. Often, those unexpected transitions are the ones that led to the greatest transformation in your life. Change, even when it feels uncomfortable or unsettling, is a powerful catalyst for growth. These are the times when God's work becomes evident, and the trajectory of our lives shifts in the most profound and life-altering ways. Timing is everything in God's plan. God's timing is never late, and it is never early. It is always perfect. The way He works, the way He prepares us, the way He allows us to experience seasons of waiting or silence, is all part of the bigger picture He is painting. In this moment, change is not only imminent, it's about to happen. The divine shift is approaching, and God has already gone ahead of you, preparing the way for what comes next. The waiting is over. The moment to step into the next chapter is almost here. And here's the most powerful truth you can hold on to right now. God is ready to move in a way that will change your life forever. Change is coming, and it's not just a simple alteration, it's a profound and transformational shift that will lead you to the next level of your purpose. Don't fear the unknown, because what is coming is going to move you forward into something greater than you have imagined. As much as we plan, prepare, and try to control the course of our lives, there are moments when God surprises us. Moments when the unexpected becomes the avenue through which He does His greatest work. This divine surprise is not just an ordinary event, it's a powerful change that is meant to bring about a profound transformation in your life. God, in His wisdom, often uses the element of surprise as a means of moving us toward our greater purpose. We may not always understand why we have to go through certain things or why the wait has been so long, but when the surprise finally comes, it's like a divine, unlocking a moment of divine revelation that opens doors we never thought possible. God's surprises aren't accidents, they are part of His grand design, meant to elevate us, promote us, and prepare us for what is to come. Think about the many times in Scripture when God's surprises changed everything for His people. One of the most profound examples comes from the life of Moses. When he was called by God to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, everything he thought he knew about his life was turned upside down. He was a shepherd, living in exile, when God appeared to him in the form of a burning bush, telling him to go to Pharaoh and demand the release of his people. That moment was a divine surprise. Moses never anticipated such a calling, but in that instant, his life was transformed, and he stepped into a role that would lead him to become one of the greatest leaders in history. God's surprise came when Moses least expected it, and it set the course for the destiny God had planned for him all along. Another powerful example is found in the life of Esther. Esther was an orphan, raised by her cousin Mordecai, and had no idea that she was destined to become the Queen of Persia. Her rise to the throne was nothing short of a divine surprise, an unexpected turn that put her in the perfect position to save her people. God used her unexpected position to accomplish his greater purpose, and the surprise led to the salvation of an entire nation. Her life changed in a moment, and in that moment, God's hand moved powerfully to fulfill a destiny that was far greater than Esther could have imagined. These examples show us that divine surprises are not merely random occurrences, they are powerful, life-altering events that are set in motion by God to align us with his greater plan. Just as Moses was called from his humble life as a shepherd, and Esther was unexpectedly positioned as queen, you, too, are on the brink of a divine surprise that will change the course of your life in ways you may not fully comprehend right now. What is coming is not just a coincidence or a small change, it's a divine intervention that will move you from where you are to where God wants you to be. This surprise is a moment of divine promotion, one that will elevate you into a new season of your life, a season where you will walk in greater purpose, influence, and favor. God is setting the stage for this life-changing moment. This is your moment to step into a new chapter, one that will have a ripple effect on your future, your family, and the world around you. It may be hard to imagine now, but God's timing is always perfect, and this divine surprise is part of the bigger picture. The surprise is about to unfold. God has been preparing you for this moment for a long time, even in the moments of waiting, confusion, or struggle. This is the moment that will shift everything. The divine surprise is designed to propel you forward, to open doors that have been closed, and to bring about transformation in your life that aligns with God's purpose. What you are about to experience is not just a random surprise, it is a divinely orchestrated moment designed to elevate you into the next phase of your purpose. God doesn't bring surprises into our lives haphazardly. He does so with intent, purpose, and careful timing. Every detail has been accounted for in his perfect plan, and the changes that are coming are not an accident, they are part of his will for your life. Just as God orchestrated the divine surprises in the lives of biblical figures like Moses, Esther, and countless others, he is doing the same in your life. The surprise is part of God's perfect plan, a plan that has been unfolding behind the scenes, one step at a time. This moment is not an accident. It is a God-appointed moment that has been set up specifically for you. God is bringing you to this moment because he knows it's time for you to step into your divine calling. The surprise isn't just about your career, relationships, or circumstances, it's about the spiritual transformation that is going to occur as a result of this change. When God moves, he moves to shift things for his glory, and the divine surprise you are about to experience will shift your perspective, your trajectory, and your purpose. God's perfect plan is never random. Everything has been preordained, and this moment has been long in the making. There may have been delays, moments of uncertainty, or seasons where you felt as though nothing was happening, but God was working in the background, preparing everything for this divine surprise. This is his timing, and it's always perfect. In this season of change, trust that God's surprise is not just a random gift, it's a strategic move in your journey, one that will lead you to greater spiritual understanding, greater clarity, and greater alignment with his will for your life. As we approach this moment of divine change, it's essential to recognize that God is moving you into a new chapter. This is the surprise that will elevate you, promote you, and move you into the place where you are meant to be. This is your time to step forward in faith, to embrace the transformation that is coming, and to trust in God's guidance every step of the way. It may be difficult to see the full picture now, but know that God is always working behind the scenes to align everything perfectly. Trust that the change you are about to experience is just the beginning of something bigger, something that will bring glory to God and allow you to walk into your divine purpose with newfound clarity and confidence. In conclusion, the 60-second countdown is more than just a moment of anticipation. It's a powerful, divine moment in which everything you've been waiting for, praying for, and preparing for is about to unfold. God's surprise is coming to change everything in your life, and He is inviting you to step boldly into this new season with faith, confidence, and trust in His perfect plan. Embrace the divine surprise with excitement, knowing that God's hand is guiding you every step of the way. This is your moment to rise, to step into your purpose, and to watch as God works miracles in your life. It's time for a transformation like you've never seen before. As we stand on the precipice of divine change, one truth becomes increasingly clear: spiritual readiness is essential. Before God brings about any transformation, He first prepares His people spiritually. Even when the change seems sudden, even when it feels like we haven't been given the full picture, God has been at work in ways we often don't fully understand. The preparation that leads to the surprise is just as important as the surprise itself. This is why it is crucial that we don't just wait passively, but actively prepare our hearts, minds, and spirits for the breakthrough that is coming. In the spiritual realm, preparation is not a passive activity. It is an active engagement with God's will, a partnership between the believer and the divine plan. We may not see the shifts happening right now, but God is continuously shaping us, molding us, and aligning us for the change ahead. It may seem like we are stuck in a period of waiting, but God is working in the unseen to build within us the capacity to receive His surprise. This divine preparation is not something that can be rushed, and we may never fully understand all the ways in which God is working in our lives until the moment arrives. But trusting God's process is key. As the chosen ones, we are called to remain spiritually prepared, knowing that God is doing something in us right now that will allow us to handle the surprise He is about to give. It is in these moments of waiting in silence that God is doing deep spiritual work. In the quiet moments when nothing seems to be happening on the surface, God is refining our character, expanding our faith, and fortifying us for the next season. These periods of spiritual preparation are not wasted time. They are times where God is preparing us to carry the weight of the blessing that is about to unfold. When the surprise comes, we will need a heart that is open, a spirit that is humble, and a soul that is ready to step into what God has ordained. We must embrace this season of preparation, trusting that God knows exactly what He is doing. So, how do we prepare spiritually? First and foremost, it starts with prayer. Prayer is our direct line to God, where we pour out our hearts, align our desires with His, and seek His guidance. It is in prayer that God strengthens our trust, sharpens our discernment, and reveals the steps we need to take. Prayer is not just a petition for change, it is a practice of alignment. As we pray, we are aligning ourselves with God's will, preparing our hearts to receive His direction and to walk confidently into the surprise He is preparing for us. During this time of preparation, it is also vital that we remain in faith. Faith is the foundation of everything. Without faith, we cannot receive what God has prepared for us. Faith is the belief that God is working even when we cannot see it, and that He is faithful to bring His promises to fruition. Even when the change seems slow or invisible, we must trust that God is moving behind the scenes. As Hebrews 11:1 reminds us, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." In this season of preparation, trust in God's timing and know that He is aligning everything perfectly. Furthermore, we must remain in a posture of worship and gratitude. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, our worship connects us to God's heart. It shifts our perspective and helps us see the work God is doing in us. Worship allows us to acknowledge that God is in control, and even when we don't understand, we trust that He is working for our good. This is a season where patience and trust become essential. We may feel restless, eager for the change to come, but we are called to trust that God's timing is perfect. The surprise that He is bringing will come at just the right moment, and we can be confident that we are being prepared to handle it. God's process often involves waiting, and waiting is never easy. It can feel like we're in a holding pattern, with no clear sign of the next step. But trusting the process is absolutely vital to our spiritual readiness. The surprise that is about to unfold in your life cannot be rushed. It is being set up piece by piece. Each moment of waiting, every challenge you've faced, every lesson you've learned along the way, is part of God's divine blueprint. We often see waiting as something negative, as though we are stuck or not moving forward. However, in God's kingdom, waiting is an active process. It's in waiting that God prepares us, builds our strength, and refines our faith. God knows exactly when the time is right for the surprise to manifest. And what we need to remember is that the process of preparation is just as important as the moment of fulfillment. During this time of waiting, it's easy to become frustrated or discouraged, especially when we can't see what's ahead. But God has a purpose in each moment of delay. He is shaping your character for the blessing He is about to give you. In the quiet moments, He is building your patience, strengthening your faith, and helping you develop a heart that is ready to receive His gift. Trust that the waiting is not a denial. It is part of God's timing. He is working behind the scenes, moving pieces into place, orchestrating things in the spiritual realm that will align perfectly with His perfect plan. Even when it feels like nothing is changing, know that God is at work. Trust that He is preparing you for the moment of transformation, the divine surprise that is about to come. The surprise that God has for you is a result of divine preparation. It is not something that can be hurried or forced. God's surprises are always aligned with His perfect timing. Just as a seed needs time to grow before it can bear fruit, so too does God's plan for your life. It takes time for your heart, your spirit, and your circumstances to align with the purpose God has for you. Trust that every moment leading up to this change is part of the divine setup. The waiting period is just as much a part of the process as the fulfillment of the promise. Remember that God's delays are not denials. He is not withholding anything from you. He is preparing you for something far greater than you have imagined. In the meantime, He is working in your heart, your circumstances, and your relationships to ensure that when the surprise comes, you are spiritually and emotionally prepared to receive it. Patience is not passive. It is an active engagement with God's process, where we trust in His timing, remain faithful in the wait, and allow Him to work in our hearts. Patience is not just about waiting for the change to come, it's about trusting God's plan for the waiting period. God uses this time to align us with His will, so that when the change comes, we can receive it with open arms and hearts, ready to step into what He has for us. Patience is a powerful tool in God's kingdom. It cultivates endurance and resilience, teaching us to hold fast to our faith, even when we don't see immediate results. The act of waiting patiently on God's timing allows us to experience His peace, knowing that He is in control of every detail. This peace is a gift that God gives us in the waiting, allowing us to trust that He is working all things together for our good. As we wait for God's divine surprise, it's crucial to remain patient, not out of complacency or resignation, but with the confident assurance that God is in control. His timing will never fail. What He has prepared for you is coming at just the right time. The process of waiting is God's way of teaching us to lean into His presence, to trust His plan, and to wait expectantly for what He is about to unfold. Trusting God's timing also means aligning ourselves with His perfect will. Divine timing is not simply about waiting, it's about preparing ourselves to receive what God has for us when it comes. Being aligned with God's plan means that we trust His pace and His direction. When the time is right, God will open the door. Your job is to remain faithful, to stay in prayer, and to trust that every step is leading you closer to the moment when the surprise will be revealed. God's timing is always flawless, and it's often different from the timeline we expect. We may want things to move faster, but God is never in a hurry. He has a reason for everything He allows and every delay He sends. Every moment of preparation is leading us to the right moment, when the surprise will come and we will be ready to receive it. As you trust God's timing, know that He is never late. He is always on time, and He is setting everything up for your divine elevation. The moments that feel slow and uncertain are part of the divine setup, helping you to get ready for the breakthrough that will come when the time is right. As the 60-second countdown reaches its final moments, know this: God is preparing you for something extraordinary. You may not understand all that's happening right now, but you can trust that He has been working behind the scenes to align everything perfectly for you. This moment of surprise is not an accident, it is the result of divine preparation, and the timing has been set in place by God Himself. Trust the process. Trust in His timing, knowing that everything is unfolding according to His plan. Stay spiritually prepared, remain faithful, and keep your heart open. The divine surprise is on its way, and when it arrives, you will be ready. God's surprises are not just fleeting moments of joy or unexpected good fortune. They are transformative events designed to fundamentally reshape our lives in ways we could never anticipate. These surprises go far beyond the ordinary. They are divine interventions that bring about change on a scale far larger than what we could imagine. It's easy to think of surprises as small or simple gifts, but when God is the one orchestrating them, the surprises He brings are anything but trivial. They are life-altering moments meant to move us to higher ground. The surprise you are about to experience is part of God's larger plan for your life. It is not just a blessing that will make things momentarily easier. It is a moment of divine intervention designed to shift your trajectory. When God blesses us with a surprise, He doesn't just meet our needs, He reshapes the course of our destiny. These divine surprises come with new opportunities, new relationships, and new pathways that we never thought possible. Through these surprises, God expands our vision, elevates our understanding, and takes us to new levels of growth, both spiritually and practically. The power of God's surprises lies in their ability to take us out of our comfort zones and place us into a realm of possibility we never imagined. Think about it, when a blessing comes from God, it often opens a door to an entirely new world of opportunities. A job promotion might lead to new levels of influence. A new relationship could bring deep spiritual growth, or a new connection might set the stage for a ministry or mission that will impact generations. When God's surprises enter our lives, they often bring immediate change, but they also offer the opportunity for long-term transformation. A divine moment, a shift in circumstances, or a chance encounter can radically alter the course of our lives in a way that we could have never orchestrated on our own. God's timing is perfect, and when He brings surprises, they are always meant to propel us into new opportunities that stretch our faith, challenge our thinking, and elevate our calling. These surprises are not just random acts of kindness from God. They are divinely designed moments that have a ripple effect on everything in our lives. When God opens a door, He doesn't just allow us to step into a new place. He ushers us into a new realm of spiritual growth, personal development, and destiny fulfillment. Every blessing He bestows upon us carries with it the potential to transform us and everything around us. A defining feature of God's surprises is the new opportunities they bring into our lives. Often, we look at our current circumstances and wonder how much more we can take, how much more growth is left to experience, or even how much more purpose we can fulfill. And yet, God's surprises are often gateway moments, opening doors that we had no idea were even there. New opportunities are God's way of taking us further in our faith, further in our purpose, and further in our impact on the world. God doesn't just want us to remain where we are. His surprises are often what catapult us forward into the fullness of our destiny. These moments don't just provide new jobs or new financial blessings. They bring with them new spiritual growth, new relationships that sharpen and refine us, and new levels of purpose that deepen our understanding of why we are here. The key to receiving these surprises is a heart ready to embrace them. When God brings opportunities into our lives, we are often called to step out in faith, even if we don't fully understand the details. These opportunities might not look like what we expected, but they are precisely the doors God wants to open for us in this new season. Each surprise brings new doors to walk through, whether they lead to new careers, new ministries, new relationships, or new spiritual growth. Let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible spiritual growth that often accompanies God's divine surprises. We tend to think of surprises as external blessings, but they always carry an internal purpose as well. The surprise God is preparing for you is about more than just what you will receive. It's about what God will do in your heart. Through this surprise, God will deepen your faith, broaden your perspective, and elevate your spiritual understanding. These changes aren't just external. They are meant to transform you internally, to increase your capacity for love, grace, and wisdom, and to mature you spiritually. This is the beauty of God's surprises. They are designed not only to bless you but to shape you. They will help you grow spiritually in ways that you cannot yet comprehend. The way you walk through this divine moment will shape your relationship with God and your sense of purpose for the future. The new doors that are about to open to you will bring growth, expansion, and enlargement. You will find that the areas you once thought were impossible to break into will now be within reach. You will be able to access opportunities that seem to have been hidden or out of your grasp. This is because God knows the right time to release the doors that have been prepared for you. And when those doors open, they will bring with them a wave of new possibilities that you could never have imagined in your own planning. God specializes in taking the ordinary and turning it into the extraordinary. He doesn't just want us to live ordinary lives. He wants to elevate our experiences, our purpose, and our impact. The surprise that is coming to you is designed to move you from an ordinary existence into an extraordinary one. It's easy to get caught up in the everyday routine of life, feeling as though we are simply going through the motions. But God is calling you to rise above the ordinary. He is about to move you into a space where the extraordinary becomes your new reality. This isn't a quick fix or a temporary solution. The transformation God is about to bring is permanent. It's a shift from what you once thought was possible to a whole new level of living and serving. God's surprises don't just give us temporary fixes. They usher us into a greater destiny. The shift that is coming will take you from where you are now to a place where you walk in greater authority, greater purpose, and greater faith. God's divine surprises have a way of pushing us into our greater calling, even if it feels like a sudden shift. He uses these moments to stretch our understanding, expand our influence, and move us into roles of leadership that we never thought we would occupy. This is not just a simple career change or a shift in circumstances, it is a spiritual promotion. God is elevating you to a new place of influence, authority, and responsibility. Just like Esther was brought into a position of leadership in the kingdom for such a time as this, you are being called to step into something bigger. This promotion is not just external, but it is internal as well. It involves a shift in your perspective, your spiritual maturity, and your ability to impact those around you. For many of you, the surprise will push you into a place where you step into a role of influence. This could be a new job, a new ministry, or a new relationship, but it will be one that requires you to step out of your comfort zone. You will be called to lead others, and your capacity to lead will be enlarged. You may find that you are called to guide, protect, and uplift others in ways you never imagined. As we stand on the edge of this moment, it is important to prepare ourselves to receive the full measure of what God has for us. God's surprises often go far beyond what we can ask or imagine. They stretch us, challenge us, and take us to places we never thought possible. This is the time to prepare your heart and spirit to receive everything God has prepared for you. You can't fully comprehend the surprise that God has in store, but it is bigger than you think. As Ephesians 3:20 says, "Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us. God is about to do exceedingly, abundantly above all you could ask or imagine, and this divine surprise will lead to greater levels of blessing, purpose, and spiritual growth than you have ever experienced before. What God is preparing for you is not just a step forward, it is a leap into your divine destiny. The transition that is coming will change everything. It will propel you into your greater purpose and give you the platform to lead, inspire, and serve in ways you never thought possible. This divine surprise will take you from what you thought was ordinary and thrust you into the extraordinary, where every aspect of your life will align with God's divine plan for your future. This divine surprise is a turning point, a shift that will take you from where you are to where God has always intended for you to be. God's timing is perfect, and He is preparing you for something far greater than you could have imagined. The transition that is coming will elevate you, stretch your faith, and bring you into a season of blessings, growth, and purpose that will impact not just your life, but the lives of everyone around you. As you prepare for the unexpected surprises of God, remain spiritually ready, trust His process, and know that His plan for you is perfect. Step forward with faith, knowing that God will do exceedingly abundantly beyond anything you can ask or imagine. The time for your transformation is now, and you are ready for it. When God brings a surprise into our lives, it is not simply a random event, it is a gift, a divine gift, tailored to move us closer to our higher purpose. While these surprises can sometimes feel overwhelming, unsettling, or even a little frightening, we must learn to embrace them with open hearts. God's surprises are not designed to harm us or disrupt our lives in ways that would be ultimately damaging. On the contrary, they are divine interventions meant to move us into our destined future. It is crucial that we, as the chosen ones, welcome these surprises with faith, trusting that they align perfectly with God's plan for our lives. To embrace the surprise that God is preparing for you, you must first acknowledge that it is a gift from God, and God's gifts are always good. Even when the change seems sudden or unexpected, God is not caught off guard. He is always intentional, and His timing is never wrong. The surprise He is about to deliver is part of His divine purpose, to move you forward, to elevate you, and to position you for greater things. This is God's way of bringing you closer to His plan, aligning you with your divine purpose, and taking you to a place where you can accomplish more for His kingdom. Receiving the gift of a divine surprise requires surrender. It requires letting go of control and trusting that God's plan is better than any plan you could create on your own. The first step in embracing this surprise is allowing yourself to receive it without fear, hesitation, or doubt. God is giving you a gift, and it is up to you to unwrap it, even if you can't fully see what lies inside. Just as a child eagerly unwraps a gift, trusting that it holds something good, you, too, must approach God's surprise with eagerness and expectation, knowing that the surprise will be a blessing and a stepping stone to your divine purpose. Trusting God's heart means knowing that every blessing He gives, no matter how unexpected or unconventional it may seem, is designed to move you into a new season of growth, understanding, and spiritual elevation. Receiving God's gift is also about accepting change, even when it feels uncomfortable. We all like comfort. We like the familiar, the predictable, the safe. But God's surprises often take us out of our comfort zones because they are meant to expand us. They are meant to show us that there is more to life, more to our journey, and more to our purpose than we could ever see from our current perspective. To truly receive God's surprise, we must be willing to step outside of what feels comfortable and trust that the change He brings is for our good, even if we don't understand it right away. This divine surprise may challenge you, stretch your faith, and require you to step into the unknown. But embracing it with faith will enable you to discover new depths of God's love, grace, and provision. Trust that He is guiding you into something greater, a place where you will find fulfillment, joy, and purpose that exceeds your expectations. When we receive God's surprise, we are not just receiving a gift in the natural realm, we are receiving an opportunity for spiritual growth, divine alignment, and a deeper understanding of His will for our lives. Each surprise is an invitation to trust Him more, to lean into His promises, and to walk in faith, knowing that His plans for us are always good, even if they take us on unexpected paths. As God prepares to deliver this divine surprise, it is important to understand that it's not just a momentary shift, it is a new chapter in your life. Surprises are divine catalysts, and when God surprises you, He doesn't just want to change one area of your life, He wants to usher you into a new season, a new chapter, where your purpose is expanded, your faith is deepened, and your influence increases. This is a divine transition, and it is time for you to step into this next season with confidence, courage, and faith. Stepping into a new chapter requires a heart that is open to the new thing that God is doing. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but remember, God doesn't ask us to step into the unknown without preparing us for it. If God is bringing a change into your life, it means that He has already equipped you with everything you need to succeed in this new season. He is leading you, and He has already gone ahead of you to prepare the way. This new chapter is not about starting over. It's about stepping into a new level of fulfillment and purpose that has been designed for you since the beginning of time. Every season of your life has been a building block to bring you to this moment, to this divine surprise. God is not just giving you something new, He is positioning you to fulfill a greater destiny, one that you could not have walked into without first having gone through the seasons that brought you here. God's surprises often require us to take bold steps of faith, to walk in the unknown, and to trust that He is in control of the path ahead. But know this, every step you take in this new chapter will be led by the hand of God. This is the moment when your faith will be stretched, and you will see God's faithfulness in new and profound ways. It may feel like a leap of faith, but it's also a leap into your divine purpose, a purpose that will stretch you, challenge you, and ultimately lead you into a season of greater blessings. This new chapter will require you to let go of old habits, old mindsets, and old ways of doing things. God is calling you to embrace the new, to leave behind what no longer serves you, and to make room for the new opportunities, new relationships, and new responsibilities that He is bringing into your life. Let go of the past, because what God has for you in this next chapter is greater than anything you've experienced before. The surprises that God brings are not just for you, they are for those around you as well. As you step into this new chapter, you will find that your influence will expand. You will be able to lead, guide, and inspire others in ways you never imagined. This is the moment when your purpose will come into clearer focus, and you will be empowered to make a greater impact on those around you, whether in your family, your workplace, or your community. In this new chapter, you are stepping into a place of greater influence and greater responsibility. With God's guidance, you will be able to lead with wisdom, serve with love, and influence with grace. This chapter will require faith, but it will also bring about abundant blessings, blessings that will enable you to step into the fullness of your destiny and to walk out God's plan for your life. You are not walking this journey alone. God is with you every step of the way, equipping you with strength, wisdom, and favor as you navigate this new chapter. This is your moment to rise, to step into the purpose God has for you, and to embrace the divine surprise He has prepared for you. The next season will not only be one of growth and transformation for you, but it will also serve as an example for others. Others who will look to you for guidance, strength, and inspiration as you walk in your divine calling. Stepping into a new chapter requires bold faith, faith that God is leading you, faith that He has already prepared the way for you, and faith that this surprise is exactly what you need to fulfill your purpose. It's time to let go of doubt, uncertainty, and fear. This new chapter will require courage, but it will also bring you joy and fulfillment in ways you can't yet imagine. Embrace this change with open arms. The new chapter may come with challenges, but it will also come with a new level of grace and God's favor. This is not a moment to retreat or hold back. It's a moment to step forward confidently, knowing that the God of all creation is with you, guiding you every step of the way. This is a time to act in faith, trusting that the divine surprises you are receiving are exactly what you need to move into this next chapter. As you step forward, trust that God is shaping you for greater influence, greater purpose, and greater spiritual depth. This is the moment when you rise up, and God will use this season to expand your capacity to serve and to walk in your full divine calling. Your life will not be the same after this divine surprise, because God's surprises are always designed to bring us to a new level of destiny fulfillment. Chosen ones, this is your time. God's divine surprise is about to unfold, and you are about to step into a new chapter of your life. Embrace this transition with open hearts, knowing that God has prepared you for this moment. He has been at work in your life, shaping you, strengthening you, and positioning you for this divine shift. As you step into this new season, remember that God's plans for you are always good, and His surprises are meant to elevate you, promote you, and transform you. Prepare for greater influence, greater impact, and greater purpose. The doors that are about to open will usher you into a season of divine destiny that will change not just your life, but the lives of those around you. Trust God's plan, trust His timing, and step boldly into the future He has prepared for you. This is your moment, and you are ready to walk in the fullness of your purpose. As we near the final moments of anticipation, it's essential to reaffirm a profound truth. God's timing is perfect. The surprise you are about to experience is not an accident. It is not a random, unforeseen event. It is the culmination of God's divine design, working behind the scenes, orchestrating each moment, each step, and each circumstance to bring you to this very point. This divine surprise is not a fluke. It is a testament to the careful, intentional love of our Creator, who is deeply involved in every detail of your life. It is His love, His wisdom, and His guidance that have brought you here. You may feel as though you've been waiting forever. The anticipation may feel like it's built to a breaking point, but what you are about to experience is the reward of divine preparation. Every season of waiting, every moment of uncertainty, and every unanswered prayer was part of a divine setup to position you for the blessing that is about to unfold. God was preparing you in ways you might not even realize, and now, in His perfect timing, He is ready to release this surprise into your life. The timing is perfect, and it's not an accident that you are in this moment right now. God has set this time aside for you, and He has already gone ahead to clear the way for what's coming. This moment of divine shift is not merely about a change in your circumstances, it is about aligning you with God's perfect plan for your life. The surprise you are about to receive is designed to elevate you, to transform your life, and usher you into a season of purpose. It's a divine moment, a moment that was destined for you from the foundation of the world. Every setback, every delay, and every challenge was God's way of ensuring that you were prepared and ready for this moment. Now, the time has come for God to reveal the next chapter of your story, and it will change everything. As we stand at the threshold of this divine moment, there is one critical thing I want you to do. Stay ready and expectant. God is always preparing His children for greater things, and you, my friend, are no exception. The divine surprise that is about to unfold is not a random event, it is a moment that has been designed just for you. A moment that will bring you closer to your purpose and destiny. You are on the cusp of something monumental, something that will forever shift the trajectory of your life. Stay ready, because God's plan is in motion. The final 60 seconds that we've been counting down symbolize the last moments before a dramatic shift. God's timing is perfect, and the window of opportunity is about to open. In these final seconds, God is preparing you spiritually, mentally, and emotionally for what's coming. You are in a moment of transition, and the next step in your journey is about to unfold. Expect something great, Don't let the waiting time cause you to doubt the goodness of God's plans for you. Trust in His perfect timing. He has seen you through the waiting seasons. He has prepared you for what's ahead, and now He is about to release something that will change everything. Keep your heart expectant, your spirit open, and your mind ready to embrace the new opportunities, blessings, and challenges that God will bring. God's surprises are meant to increase your faith, to take you to new levels of purpose and fulfillment. You have been prepared. Now, it's time to walk into the surprise God has set before you. He has already gone ahead of you to prepare the way, and all you need to do is step forward in faith, knowing that everything that comes your way is part of God's divine plan to elevate you and transform your life. The change is here, and you are ready for it. Stay ready and expectant, for God is about to move in a way that will completely realign your life with His will. As you stand on the precipice of this life-changing moment, I want to challenge you to take action. Step forward boldly into what God is bringing into your life. You have been prepared, and now it is time to act in faith and receive what He has set before you. This is your moment. The divine surprise is about to unfold, and the life you have been waiting for is just around the corner. Don't hold back, don't shrink away, but step into your purpose with boldness, knowing that God has equipped you for this very moment. Take action in faith. Take a step forward, even if it feels uncertain. Trust that God's plan for you is good, and that everything He has allowed up to this point has been preparing you for this shift. Don't hesitate. Embrace the moment of divine surprise with open arms and a heart full of faith. How can you prepare for this divine shift? You can begin by preparing your spirit to receive it. This is a spiritual transition, and it's important that you approach this moment with an open heart, full of trust and anticipation. Spend time in prayer, aligning your heart with God's will and trusting that He has already set the stage for the change. Ask God to help you, receive the surprise with joy and gratitude, and to give you the faith to walk through the doors He is about to open. Prepare emotionally. It's natural to feel a mix of emotions when a big change is coming. Excitement, fear, doubt, and hope. Acknowledge these feelings, but don't let them hold you back. Embrace the change with confidence, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. Let go of any doubt, and hold on to the belief that God's surprise will only bring good into your life. Prepare mentally. Set your mind on the new opportunities that will come with this divine shift. Stay open to the possibilities, and be willing to adapt to the new chapter. God's surprises often come with changes to our routine, our relationships, and our environment. Prepare to step into these changes with grace and faith, trusting that they are part of God's perfect plan to elevate you. Finally, prepare spiritually by continuing to strengthen your relationship with God. Stay connected to Him in this season of transition. Trust His timing, His plan, and the surprise He has waiting for you. Stay in the Word, keep praying, and trust that He is guiding you into this new chapter of your life. The journey ahead will require spiritual stamina, and the deeper you go with God now, the stronger you will be when the surprises unfold. This is your moment to step into a new season of blessings, purpose, and spiritual fulfillment. God has prepared you, and now it's time to step forward with boldness, trusting in His perfect plan for your life. The surprise is coming, and it will change everything. Don't wait for the change to overwhelm you. Take action now, and step into what God is bringing. As we come to the end of this moment of reflection and anticipation, let us bow our hearts in prayer, aligning ourselves with God's perfect will and asking Him to strengthen us for the transition that is about to unfold. Heavenly Father, thank You for the divine surprise You are about to bring into our lives. We trust in Your perfect timing and Your incredible plans for us. Thank You for the preparation You have done in our hearts, and for the opportunities that are about to unfold before us. Help us to remain faithful and open to the changes You have in store. We step forward in faith, knowing that You have already prepared the way for us. Help us to trust in Your guidance, to receive Your blessings with joy, and to step confidently into the future you have prepared for us. We declare that we are ready for the change, ready for the new chapter, and ready to embrace the divine surprise that is about to transform our lives. Amen. As you walk forward into this divine surprise, remember that the journey is just beginning. With faith, trust, and anticipation, you are about to step into a new season where God's promises will unfold before you. Trust that God has gone ahead of you, and He will continue to guide you every step of the way. The surprise is not just for you, it's part of the divine plan to elevate you, and it's time to receive it with an open heart. Your life will be transformed. The best is yet to come. Step forward with faith, and watch as God does exceedingly, abundantly above all you could ask or imagine.